Please put a 1 in the chat. And Jenny is here with me. It's always, I never know if I'm going to be able to see the comments or not, but Jenny will definitely and tell me if we can see you and your comments. Okay. And if you're with me, then share. Hit the number 2 if you're excited to be with me today. Yay. Awesome. Oh, great. That's awesome. I don't see your name. So yeah, put your first name in the chat. We're going to have a great session today. My heart is so busting open for everything that's been happening in our community, in our program, every single day. Hi, Nancy. Thank you for being with us. Every single day, more stories I want to show you, and that's what I'm going to show you today. What's been happening actually this week. So for those of you who are new, briefly, my name is Barry Lyman. I've been helping high-achieving singles break out of unconscious dating and relationship patterns for more than 15 years, and I've helped more than 832 singles to find beautiful, conscious love. And you see me get so excited every time there's a new story. And you know what? For me, it's like the first time. Why? Because it's the first time for you. And that's what's most important, is you and having what you want and you achieving your dream. So wonderful. So today I have a great session for you, and we're going to share. We have about 30 minutes today, and I have a lot to cover. So I'm going to move pretty quickly. So make sure you have, a notebook or something to take notes with, and type in notes if you have something and if you're ready. And some people like to take notes on their phone. Okay. So today, what I'm going to do is I want to share some incredible client wins. Seriously, these wins will blow your mind, really blow your mind. And number 2 is I'm revealing and teaching you where love is actually hiding and why you keep missing it. Because I work with high achievers, and high achievers, know how to get things done, right? Critical thinking, plans, action steps, right? Like the right mindset. But when it comes to love, we're going to talk about where love is hiding and, again, why you keep missing it. And 3, I'm going to share the 3 things that you do not know that are definitely keeping you single. And the other exciting news, just a brief update, is that on February 8th is the Love Path Experience. And there are still a few spots left. And it is a live in-person retreat in Florida where it's now 71 degrees. And in a few days, it'll be back to 80. And I know that most of you around the country, it's really cold. My husband had a business trip, and it's 18 in New York today. Jenny is in DC, Virginia area, and it's going to be snowing. So in February, if you want to take a break and you want to get into warm weather and you want to be in nature, come on down and register for the Love Path Experience. It's an experience where we bring the future to the present, where you are going to feel differently. This is not like drum circle. This is not yoga retreat. This is not sound healing, meditation, that all feel good. But I'm talking about an experience that is practical, that is future focused, where we start with a goal and we take you through the journey of what happens to find love. And you're going to open your mind and you're going to open your heart and you're going to laugh and you're going to cry. And it's going to be so amazing. There really is nothing else like this out there. This is a retreat that I developed, and I did it before COVID. It's been quite a few years. So if you want to come to the retreat, just come on down to, it's down in Miami, and we have people flying in, and we have some local people. We're going to have delicious plant-based food. Do not miss it. Okay, don't miss it. It's going to be just extraordinary, experiential and practical. Now, if you can't fly down, we have something else happening. Oh, that is on February 8th on a Sunday. So you could fly in Saturday. We would go from 9 to 4. We're going to feed you. And then you could go back home or stay for a few days, but it's going to be amazing. Sunday, February 8th. Now, if you can't fly down, I have something else amazing for you. It's called Love Ready by Spring, and that's happening on February 16th. And that is a 4-week intensive. We meet on Mondays for 4 weeks for 90 minutes. And the things that are blocking you are going to get unblocked. And it's like the experience, but in a 4-week intensive. It's called Love Ready. 4 weeks. You discover your blind spot. You discover how to break through it, how to heal yourself, your emotional needs. You discover all the pieces that you need to step into the future and be love ready. And the beauty of that is the people that did this work, oh my God, Rachel, she found her person. And she is, I don't know how old she is, 70, and she was very negative and very down on love. And other people continued in our Clear Path to Healthy Love program. And oh my gosh, love is in the air. So if you're excited about that and you want more info, we can drop links. And if you're watching this replay, in the show notes, we're going to include the link to Love Ready for Spring and also the Love Path experience. So we are so excited. So yeah, I see more people are joining. So for those of you joining who are new, we're talking about the 2 experiences that are happening, the Love Path. We're talking about Love Ready by Spring. And these are all very affordable programs. And today, my name is Barry, where I've been helping high achieving singles break out of patterns for more than 15 years. And what I didn't mention is that I walked in your shoes. I was a single that always chose the wrong men. And I started therapy and energy healing and all that stuff at 12 years old. So no one's more self-aware than me. And many of our clients are so self-aware that they are therapists. And we're going to talk today about why a therapist who knows all her stuff doesn't find love, why she stays stuck. And the hint is it's all about being future focused, learning things you have never learned, okay? And when I asked my therapist, why, after 20 years of therapy, why I still choose the wrong men, why I get myself into these situations when I think it's going to be good, then it never was good, and how to find great love. And what do you think she said? What do you think she said? I often tell this story. She said, it's not my training. It's not my training. Damn. That was like $100,000 over all the years. If you look at all those years from 12 all the way into my mid 30s, right? About on average 150 or more a session, right? So it's expensive to not have what you need in terms of help. And therapy helped me so much over the years. Can you relate? How many of you can relate? You go to therapy, you do all the right things, you do energy healing, you do tapping, you read books, you listen to gurus, you got a Kabbalah, yet you go home and you're like, where's the plan? Right? And so that's what I want to talk to you about today. And that is why we have Love Ready for Spring. And we also have the Love Path experience on February 8th. And if you want to join, it's the people that break through that find love. So people who break their patterns are like love makers, right? And the love that people find is permanent, okay? We just don't have breakups or divorce. And that's because these relationships are conscious, built on the right foundation. You're ready. The person's already ready. And then the dating is completely empowering. So imagine dating being really fun. Fun. That's why I call it dating camp, because camp is fun, right? So I know most of you probably can imagine dating being fun. Okay. So one of the big, incredible breakthroughs that happened this week that I'm so excited to share with you is my client, Sabrina. And so what I want to do is share Sabrina's picture and her story. So Sabrina's a client of mine, and she is an absolute powerhouse. She is amazing. She is brilliant. She is beautiful. She's successful. And guess what? She's also in a wheelchair. She's also in a wheelchair. Okay, so think about that. And so that means I'm just trying to share the screen here. Okay, so we know how good I am at sharing the screen. So I'm going to do it. And next week, my assistant will share the screen for me. Okay, so check out Sabrina and how special and beautiful she is. This is Sabrina. And I'm so happy for her. And look at her guy and how handsome he is, right? And over the years, Sabrina really did the work on herself. She bought my program for her birthday, and we opened one block. We cleared another block. We raised her vibration. She got future focused. She understood where she got hooked in from her childhood, what that all meant with her father, how her parents related to herself. And she always thought it had to do with her accident when she was 14. But guess what? That was not the problem. And you could see Sabrina's social. She's Sabrina Cohen. And I'm going to interview her. I've interviewed her, but we're going to interview now that she has found the love of her life. Because before, she dated men who would ghost her, who weren't committed, who couldn't really see her, or men that could see her, but maybe were, not successful for the kind of life she wanted. There was a guy, there were many people that were just couldn't see her. Like, I'm sure you can relate. And in another, we're going to talk about the things that get in your way and the kind of people that you dated. But again, Sabrina found the love of her life. And not someone who like accepts her wheelchair or someone who doesn't mind that she's in a wheelchair. Someone who's like obsessed with her. It is the sweetest thing. And he sees her power. He sees her beauty, her magic. And you know what? He pursued her. And I'm going to tell you a little story. We do not, my belief is that we don't have male friends. Women don't have male friends while they're dating, and men don't have female friends while they're dating. And this is a big thing that I teach. Why? Because male, female is definitely intimate by nature. And there's a funny story, and they were working on a project together, and it's a great, great story. And, she told him, when I meet my soulmate, you're out of here. He's like, why? Because my full focus is going to be on my soulmate. And you know what? He didn't want to ever lose her. And that really got him thinking. And it was such a beautiful love story about how this all developed. And so the point is, and you're going to get to meet Sabrina when I interview her. And what she does say, and what all my clients say is, Barry, just like you said it's going to be, it flows, it's easy, he sees me, it's perfect. Now, I was a love junkie. I was like a manipulator, right? And many of us are. And then we feel bad, and then we go into Sex in the City mode, and what's he thinking? And why is this happening? And the dating is terrible in Miami. It's terrible in New York. It's terrible in LA. This is what people say all the time. So we all have excuses about dating, right? So Sabrina, if she could find her soulmate, then I want to know, what's your excuse? What's your excuse? Type your excuse in the chat and be honest, right? So if you're watching this recording, you could type it in the chat. You could DM it to me. What's your excuse? It's really important. It's really important to get clear on your excuses so we can clear them, right? Some people say, oh, I'm too old. I'm too old. Where are these comments, everyone? Come on, join in with me. Tell me, what are you noticing about your excuses about love? If beautiful Sabrina in a wheelchair can find love. So some people say, I'm too old. But we can squash that excuse because I have a client named Brenda Miller who got married at 70 for the first time. She feels so loved. And because we'll share her photo of her wedding. And she's like, I feel so loved. And she always would say, I knew my mother didn't love me. And, that is really what we handle in Love Ready by Spring. We handle these stories, things that happen to us. So some people say I'm too old. Some people say there are no good men left. That is not true. That is completely bullshit. I know you might believe it, but it's not true. Why? Because all 836 people and the people on my wall, they all find love. They all find love. They do. And you know what? They all say the same thing. People that thought they'd never marry again. Oh my God, he's so loving. He's so warm. People that think that they're so financially successful. I'll never meet they're meeting like people who are broke. Well, that's tied right into childhood stories. Okay. So we can change that because the fact is your soulmate is waiting. People say I live in the wrong city. Right? How many say that? Oh, I live in Saskatchewan, like really small town. People say I live in wherever. People say I live in Miami, and everyone's superficial. People say they live in the Midwest. They live all over the world, and they say that. You don't live in the wrong city. Work with us, and you'll discover that you're in the right place. It's just that there are things that are getting in your way. People say, ew, I hate the dating apps. I want to meet organically. Well, guess what? You can meet organically all day long. You can go to Starbucks, sit at a table, and bat your eyelashes and hope someone who's your religion, who's the right age, who's the right vision, who sees you. That's like you're more likely to get struck by lightning twice, okay? And even if you're at singles events, in my experience, I would meet the same emotionally unavailable people. I would meet them at the Kabbalah Center. I would meet them at professional events. But you wouldn't know that it was after I invested a year or 2 years. Okay? So, or people say I'm too picky. And I could, take care of that one in a moment because you're not too picky. Because if you were too picky, you're not picky. It's just that you don't have any clarity or real standards. Don't hate me. I love you and I'm here to help you. Okay. So put in the comments what you're noticing, trying to stop seeing my ex getting in the way of my mindset. Right. So we have a whole module, Nancy, on on breaking free and clearing the inner space from exes, because you might be broken up, but what that I call an emotional incompletion. That is why we're not free from exes, because there's still a hook. I'm working with a therapist right now. She's in her 40s and she's really self-aware, but she still was crying and hoping her ex, who told her I'm never going to get married, who's avoidant, she was still hooked into him. So there's no trying. There's only getting rational and into reason. And we could fix that in 1 hour. Literally. So book a call with me and let's do that work to change that and get you free. That's one piece. So what needs to happen is we need to clear all the inner space for love to thrive. Okay. So I hope you understand now and see that all these excuses are just excuses. And Sabrina could have had a million excuses, but she didn't. She did the work. She did a clear path to healthy love. And I broken that up into the love path experience. I broken it up into love ready so that you can do it in pieces and have a huge breakthrough. Okay. So that's what I want to talk today about, because you all have the capacity to find love. The question is, are you going to keep making excuses, or are you going to do what Sabrina did? So I am totally watching the time. And what I wanted to share is another story. Another one of my clients who is absolutely amazing. She shared with me that her guy this week went to her adult children, and in 1 hour, yes, because when we do the right work in the right time, in the right order, this is something that will open up your heart and you'll be like, you won't be interested in your ex anymore. Okay. So back to this love story is her gorgeous, amazing guy who had everything she wanted, the eyes, the one who's self-aware and expansive and wants to live adventure. She happens to live in the Pacific Northwest, so she has a lot of outdoor activities. She's also a professional. So the perfect guy, the body, the look, the feel, the emotional needs, the children, the family, and the commitment. Okay. And so her kids are college age, and he went to her kids, which is so cute, during holidays, before they went back to college. And now she's getting married. It's very beautiful. So who wants that? Who's ready to have a great man and a great woman? Because I also work with men, right? And one of our men last night learned how to let go of an ex or someone who didn't see him. Okay. So what's the difference between the old Anne, right, and the new Anne? Okay. Between you right now and you in the identity of being with your soulmate. So that's what I'm about to show you. So Sabrina found her soulmate. This other client is getting engaged. Erica got married. Sue found love. It's funny, we had a pipeline to love, like a in dating camp, just a special cohort, and they all found love. Stephanie got engaged over on New Year's Day. It's so beautiful. So anyway, what did they do that you're not doing is, one, they stopped making excuses and they learned where love actually is hiding. So I'm going to give you the 3 places that love is hiding right now. Love is hiding right now. And it's places that you're not aware of and you're also not looking. Okay. So the number one place where love is hiding is actually in your healing, your actual, not conceptual healing, but actual transformation in your identity from the past. Most people think, oh, I'll do this and I'll do that, and then I'll find love. Or I'll take 2 years off from dating and I'll get to know myself and then I'll find love. But guess what? That's not where it's at. That's wrong. And that's backwards. Because love shows up when you're future focused. Love shows up when you decide that you are going to heal these parts of yourself that are definitely repelling love. So she found love because she was healing, because she engages in the work. The healing process itself shifts your energy and shifts your identity. Okay? So write that down or put in the chat, identity, because they are now different versions of themselves separate from their walls. Okay? So if this landed for you, give me a 1 in the chat. Give me a 1 in the chat, because I love seeing these ones, because that's really what it takes. You don't have to move, you don't have to lose weight. And that is why Love Ready works. That's why Love Ready works, because you're not waiting until you're ready to find love. You have barriers and you have specific foundational learning to do, right? Not to get fixed, to be ready to find actual love, because you're actually becoming while you are finding love. And that's the magic. Isn't that exciting? It's totally exciting. So I want to see in the chat, like, give me some love. Yeah. Amazing. Rebecca. Yeah. Oh, Rebecca, I love you. Rebecca did the work. Rebecca had a rough childhood, and modeling was really difficult, like most of us. And Rebecca found sweet love with affection and warmth and vision and communication. And so that's the beauty really of this work. And Rebecca is going to be at the Love Path experience, and she's going to share her experience in one of our experiential surprises. We have so many surprises coming up. So where love is hiding, number 2 is, guess what? This is going to blow your mind, but in your new standards, love is hiding in the moment that you stop accepting crumbs, that you stop wasting your time, that you stop saying, oh, I know everything and I don't need love. It's not that important. And I'm going to focus on a million other things, when it's not true. You're dating. I know you are. I know that you want to find your person, right? So it's kind of like 1 foot in, 1 foot out. And I tell all my clients, like Anne's fiance didn't show up when she was tolerating half commitment or even entertaining up. He showed up when she became a woman who accepted only a full commitment, only all the things that she needed. I don't allow you to settle or take crumbs. And most people think, I know Rebecca did, the last guy she dated left her for someone 30. Ew. But she was telling me what a great guy she is. Oh, and that makes me want to throw up. It happened last night in our dating camp call, not in our dating camp call, in our Love Ready collective call, right? That people don't even know, and it's so not your fault. But once you raise your standards, raise your vibration, and get super clear, that's when it happens, because you're in the driver's seat. You're awake. You have clarity. Your heart is open. Another client in Dubai, she went on 15, she did 15 kind of outreaches. And then on the 16th, she found someone who's really going to be the one. He's funny. He shares her religious values. They want the same things. The family ideal is the same. And she said to me, you know what? He really sees me. It's so great. The stories are so great. And you know what? When she had a doubt or a lack of clarity, she has a tool called Challenger Thinking to change that. And of course, we're coaching. So it's so beautiful. So your soulmate cannot find you while you're making yourself available to people who aren't your person, and you keep bringing in those people, right? With our work, you get in the driver's seat, okay? So that is, so what is one standard that you need to raise now? one thing that you've been tolerating that really needs to stop. Okay? What are those things? So I'm going to check the chat, and if you're watching the recording, then I want to know, like, what are things that you are tolerating? So things that I see people tolerate is inconsistency. Like, stop accepting inconsistency. No more breadcrumbs, okay? Because there are people that'll throw you crumbs, throw you a bone, and then when you really want commitment, even though you said you wanted commitment from the beginning, they are gone. They are not commitment available. And that's because your energy is not there is not high vibe. So that's a whole thing that we clear in Love Ready, in the Love Path experience. Because if we're afraid of being seen, or we feel not worthy at any level, we meet people who can't see us. So I'm seeing, I only want emotionally available. I want to stop settling for potential instead of reality. And that's what it is. So this is exactly what I'm talking about, in that love is hiding in your new standards, not your old ones. So the moment you understand and raise your standards, voila, magic happens. Okay. And the third place, and to wrap it up, is your love is hiding in your future. In your future. Love is hiding in this future place where you're not living. You're unknowingly living in the past and recreating the past. And I see this across the board, right? This is a big one. Why? We are romanticizing exes, right? We say, no, it was good, or maybe it was me, or maybe if timing were different. That's not true. You're holding space internally for people who are not your person. That repels love. You're actually replaying old relationships, and you're wondering, oh, what if, right? And while you're doing that, your soulmate is in your future, waiting for you to change, waiting for you to remove the barriers, waiting for you to show up. Your past is not where your person is. Your past is where your childhood, repeating, emotionally unavailable, saying all the things you're saying, that I need to move, I don't trust, all this stuff, right? Or, I'm alone and I don't really need anyone. So here's the real problem. If your person's in the future, but your past is still running you, and you don't even realize it because you think you handled it in therapy, it's not true. Get that? And that's why you're still single. Not because there are no good men, not because you're too picky, and not because dating apps don't work. You're single again because your past is running your present, and it's closing off the future. It's keeping you in the pattern. So be honest. If you're, type yes in the chat if you're still holding space for someone from your past who doesn't offer you what you want, who isn't your person. So type yes in the chat if that is you. If that is you. I see this every day, all day. And this is what we clear, because it's hidden from your view. These are blind spots. And that's why I do Love Ready using the Bye Blind Spots method. And it works every single time, whether it's someone who's a therapist who knows. I have therapists now. I work with Wendy, who's a trauma therapist. She really didn't like men. She kept getting abandoned, like her father and then her ex-husband, and she had to raise kids alone. Now she's with a man who she describes as magical and fun and loving and committed. And they live in Alaska. I have clients all over. I had a client in Saskatchewan. She's married with 3 kids, all over the world, uh, in Hamburg, Germany, and in France, and Jennifer got married in this year in November. She got married in the UK, and it's so beautiful. Anyway, I can tell you stories all the time. So this ends today with taking crumbs, with living in your past, because I'm going to show you in our next session how to release the past and step into your future. And that's what we do in the love path, stepping into your future before it even happens. Because how can you step into something that you're really afraid of, that's uncomfortable, that you've never been trained on? They have no skills or tools, right? Because it's not like, oh, I'm a good person and it's just going to happen. It doesn't work that way. I'm a good person, or I'm a spiritual person, or it's just going to happen. You know, it's like the story of the boat, right? There was a flood, and the guy, went on the roof, and, there was a boat that came, and come on, let's escape the flood. No, God's going to save me, right? We know that story. Then a helicopter comes, and he's like, no, God's going to save me, right? And all the ways. And then when he died, he drowned. He totally drowned. And when he got to heaven and he said to God, why'd you let me drown? He said, I didn't. I sent you a helicopter. I sent you a boat, right? So we need to think this way. We need to think differently. And there are opportunities. They don't go away. They go to people who take them. And Sabrina took it, and Rebecca took it, and Anne took it, and the 834 others took it over the 15 years. So this is why this is so important. And next week, I'm going to dive into transition to the things that you don't know, because now that you know where like love is hiding, and that's what we're going to continue. The things you don't know that are keeping you single. And I'm excited to dive into that. And I also want to let you know that we're going to be doing a special training for more like 60 to 90 minutes. And it's called the Soulmate Blueprint. And it's very exciting. And it's going to happen on January 26th, in about a week from now. And I'll alert you, and you will know when that is. And in the meantime, I'm excited. Over the next week, we're going to share about the love. We know about the love path experience. And if you can't fly to Miami to be here and meet Sabrina, and meet Rebecca, and meet Melanie, who got married for the first time at 50, and Anna Cohen and Mark, and to have a real experience, like really just like, we're going to just do the work. Then on February 16th, that's a Monday, we're going to be doing the love path experience. And no, forgive me. Love Ready by Spring. It's a 4-week intensive. We use the Bye Blind Spots process. One of the women who started that, it's amazing. She met her guy. I'm going to share pictures of that. And it's really exciting. So if you are ready for that and you want to pre-enroll, I'm going to send you the link. Just message me, put it in the chat. You can message Barry at Meets Mary. You can email, or you can DM like, I'm ready. And if you're ready, we're going to have like a pre-session for it. And I have special bonuses for you. So next week, next Wednesday, we're going to continue with the 3 things. And the 4 weeks of Love Ready for Spring is we do the reality check. It's very powerful, very fun, different way of looking at your past that's effective. And we're going to change it. We're going to release the blocks, release the shame, but not in like a woo-woo way, more like seeing it differently, more like taking ownership for yourself, rewiring your nervous system around love. And then we ended in week 4 with your new identity being in the future as we're building it out, kind of like building a new house. Okay, so I'm so excited for everything. And those of you who are ready, again, tell me which one you're interested in. Love Ready, the Love Path Experience. I'm going to put that link right here and we're going to share it in the notes below. Does healing ever bring exes back who actually change? So I'll tell you what, that way of thinking might be sort of comforting because you think, oh, that might have been my soulmate. And if I change, then maybe we could be the one. In my experience, it just doesn't happen that way, because if you were meant to be, you would have been. And the person you're actually ready for is actually a whole different, higher level, higher vibe person. And in my experience, no. And I don't want you kind of worrying about the past. And I will show you, if we work together and friends and champions, tell me your first name so that I know, who I'm talking to. But here's the thing. If you want, I will show you and I will prove to you we do the work that needs to happen, whether it's in the love path, whether it's Love Ready, whether it's my dating camp or the full clear path to healthy love. I will, at the right time, after the healing piece that you've upgraded, you've up-leveled, you have a new identity. Yes, I will show you how to reach out to that person and kind of put that person in your pipeline and see. Because when you're ready for love, there are 6 things that are key. It's not a list. These are rooted in emotional needs. These are core value alignment. This is seeing the world view. This is a vision of your top, most important values and how you want to live. And if that person is right, we will put them through that conversation, that process, and into your pipeline. But we never date or marry potential. And we never are in this putting people on a pedestal like, oh, maybe my ex is ready and I let the right one get away. No, you didn't. Yeah, Saskia. So why don't we jump on a call and I will show you how that process works. And so that you can be, yes, I'm with my ex and I'm so happy and he was the one. Or what was I thinking? Why did I do that? Why did I invest time? Because that ex, Saskia, is clogging you. And I'll ask you this question. Why we talked today about why love is not coming to you. So here's the thing. Would you, all of you that are here on this call with me, would you want to attract a man who has like this ex in the background that he's thinking about, that he has like an emotional incompletion with? Would you want that? Would you really want that? No. Put in the chat, right? Because that is why I continue to attract men that were emotionally unavailable. They were handsome, they were successful. And here's the clincher, everyone. Right, of course not. Is I was attracting men who had everything on my checklist, religious wise, values wise, like they were Jewish. I'd meet them at the Kabbalah Center, or I'd get an introduction, or I'd meet them at places where I would grow. But they were still emotionally unavailable because I had no clarity and I would keep doing the same things, expecting different results. And you know what would happen? I would get attached. Oh, I would get attached and they wouldn't offer me what I wanted. And until I like hit bottom and I said no more. And this hard truth, success, and with so much love for all of you, you deserve to have an amazing person. And that is why Sabrina, once she shifted her identity, and Anne and Sue and all the others, Stephanie, who got engaged on New Year's Day, New Year's Eve in Disney, her guy is so loving and so generous. And you know what? Before me, she dated a man who actually, check this out, same woman, he knew she wanted to get married. And after like a year, he said he wanted to be polyamorous. Oh my God. Ew. She wants a man who sees her and loves her. And he knew this. And yet she invested a year. She dated men who did not offer her physical warmth and connection. I mean, men who couldn't really see her, men who were like sort of immature. One guy like played video games and he had roommates. She is engaged to a real man who is available emotionally and warm and sees her, like knew what he wanted, knew what she wanted. And there was one night, just to show like how we changed. And one night she starts crying, right? And he's like, sweetie, what are you crying about? Like, what's going on? I'm here for you. She said, you're so good to me and generous. He would meet her at the airport. He baked her banana protein bread. He got up at 5 because she is so joyful. She is so amazing. She was so wonderful. And she's like, what if I'm not doing enough for you? Because she was kind of like used to being abandoned. Not this time. He said, I love you because you're you. I love all aspects of you. I love us. And I just love being here and taking care of you. And you're giving me everything I need. Like, this is called a mature relationship. The other kind of relationships are transactional. Ew, that's not what we want. We want a mature relational because you become mature yourself within yourself in a new identity, understanding yourself. And the relationship is with someone who wants what you want and offers you that without settling or compromising or anything. And I just had an idea. Like, those of you who are really ready to join Love Path or Love Ready, like, it's not expensive, $497. Like, it's just not expensive. And we build on it and you get major transformation. So those of you who are ready and are here with me live, I want to invite you to come to our coaching calls and get a taste of it, because you're hearing it from me, but you could hear it from the horse's mouth. You could see the transformation as it happens. You could see the fun we have, the joy we have. And come to our workshop, Love Ready for Spring, or Love Path Intensive, or Love Path Experience. So I hope I answered your question. I know, it was a little bit, but I wanted to tell you stories about why this happens. Okay. So I'm going to leave. I'm so glad that you asked questions, that you got really involved. This is what totally lights me up. And so everyone who's in or wants to get on a call with me, and we'll dive a little deeper into it and decide what the next right step is for you. That's really what needs to happen, whether it's Love Path, Love Ready, a clear path to healthy love, right? And ultimately finding your soulmate in the dating camp. And that's when it happens, because you're totally there and your person is waiting for you. So I'm going to drop in the chat love assessment. Oh, you're so welcome. And so I know that you were here. meettomarry.com/love assessment, and get on my calendar and let's talk. There's no commitment at all whatsoever. And if it's right for you, let's do this. So I do this every week on Wednesday at 12 noon. and I send emails and we send SMSs. And this is where a lot of the learning happens, but we talk about it. You learn what is going on. You learn why. And then we actually do the deep work because we have the time in our programs. So thank you so much for your time today. We're going to put some of the links in the show notes down below. And I genuinely am so excited for what's possible for all of you. And Love Ready for spring, actually, I've also married people that come because they want to understand their needs. They want to understand, they want to clear the past, and they want to get future focused, even in their marriages. So I love you all. I have so much respect for you for taking the time to be with me. And until next week, have a great week, and start thinking about where you settle and all the things we talked about. And again, I'll see you next week and on our love assessment calls and in the love path experience. All right, guys, big love. See you next week.